So I did a lot of research on international development and conditional cash transfers in college, and here's like a big problem. What happens when you give people free cash? They end up spending on things that you probably don't want them to. Like when people gave free money to people in like Progressa and other programs, like basically what ended up happening was they just spent it on like alcohol and like festivals, which is just like another word for like parties. And as a result, very little of the money was actually spent on like food and like education and stuff like that. And then you're thinking like, oh, why don't we give them like other things like mosquito nets? There can't be anything wrong with that, right? If you give people mosquito nets, what ended up happening in all these studies was that people put mosquito nets on their cows as opposed to their children or on themselves even, because they realized that like the cow is like worth more in terms of monetary value than their own children. And that was like a big problem because obviously you want to like put mosquito nets on people, right? And at the end of the day, like what all these studies show is that like it's very, very hard to do international development in a very sustainable way. And conditional cash transfers historically haven't been that effective. Like there are a lot of things that you think might be really simple, like if people were just got more cash, they would spend it more on food, right? That core belief is like what drove a lot of international development studies, but it ended up just being not entirely true. And that's like why it's like very, very hard to do something like international development through conditional cash transfers.